welcome back to this week's episode of the Fitness and Lifestyle Podcast. I'm here with my man Mitch Orval.
How you guys going?
Guys, we're stoked to have Mitch on the show this week. For those of you that don't know, Mitch has had a fair bit of success with the Angry Dad videos. Mitch, for those that have no idea what they're about, you want to give us a brief rundown of kind of how it all started and where it's at now?
Too easy. Alright, so probably about 2 years ago, I know I hit a bit of luck. I started pranking my old man, who, for those that don't know, he's like your typical Australian asshole dad, really. Just like G's up over nothing sort of thing. So I know we took advantage of it and started pranking him, and then one thing led to another. So we pretty much, like, I was putting it just on Facebook on my page and shit like that, and then I started getting like random friend requests, and I was like, fuck, as if like this is pretty nuts. Yeah. So I ended up just making a Facebook page, and about 2.5 years down the track now, we've got 1.2 mil followers on it, and pretty strong following in Australia.
That's insane. So initially when you first started, did the numbers just blow up straight away? So you said that you started getting a few friend requests and stuff like that, but was there a point where was there one video that really made it go viral, or did you feel it just grown?
In terms of virality, I reckon the first one that sort of got traction was actually one with our mate Will Sparks. Yeah. So what happened was Dad was rocking out to his song Born in the car, and Will ended up uploading it on his page, and that was like, took it from like when it had like maybe 2,000 likes to probably 10,000 likes and had like a few 100k views. That was when we kind of got a bit like obsessed with it, thinking, fuck, this is kind of cool. That's when I then but then the one that went viral, which was like, I'm talking probably 50,000 page likes overnight, was the chili. We put chili in his meal, and that was the one that went on Fox 8 and all that stuff as well. Which was that was one of the first ones.
Blew up. So what out of all the ones that you've done, so for those of you that haven't seen them or seen them before, I'll chuck them in the show notes below for the podcast and in the description for the YouTube video. But mate, they're piss funny. Is there any of them that kind of stick out to you, your favourite one? Obviously, because the other part of this obviously is Dill.
Exactly right. I think the favourite one for me, because it's I don't know, I guess I know him a bit better than others. I think my favourite one, it's super simple, but it was just fucking hilarious the way it went down. He pulled up, because I had cash to give him, and he pulled up out the front. And for people that don't really know him well, when he's in a hurry or wants something done, that's like when he's the most angry. And like, he's pulled up in the driveway, and I heard he's hauling sort of thing. And like, I knew, I was like to my mate, because my mate was with me, I was like to him, he's going to call me. So my phone like started ringing, and we were already filming, which was pretty funny. And then I answered it, and I was like, hello? And he goes, Mitchell bringing me that $100. And I was like, Mitchell, this is John. Like, pretending. And he just explodes. He goes from like a 0 to a 10 straight away. And I reckon that's probably my favourite, just because it's so raw. Like, we didn't even have to do a single thing, didn't set anything up, and he just lost it.
You bring up a good point there. So a lot of people would probably think, to the point now, because it's gone so big, that they're set up. Have any of the videos been set up, or is it still to the point where you guys just come up with new shit? He still just loses his shit.
He's one of the worst actors you'll ever see. Like, because ages ago when we were doing him, he did this thing with Warner Music, and they asked him to fucking do an ad for him, and he had to act in the TV ad. So I think they assumed that it was set up, because they were thinking like he was going to come in there and nail it. And apparently it took him that fucking long to get the content, because he was the worst actor in this TV ad. So that's just proof, like, man, we couldn't set up if we tried. Like, me and Dill probably could act it out if we wanted to, but no chance he could.
I reckon my favourite would have to be the honk if you're horny. That's probably one of the great. So you've got your favourite, but is there one that a lot of people kind of always bring up?
Yeah, that one's by far that one.
That one was
across all like platforms. Unilad, Lad Bible, our page, other pages that picked it up. I think we worked out it had over 100 million views.
It's absolutely mental.
So I think that is by far.
So I'm sure there has been a lot that's kind of come out of it, but is there any, what type of opportunities have come from that?
So it pretty much allowed me to do what I do today. We signed with Kiss FM as a digital talent, which was, I think, the first people to sign with the radio station.
And so what does that involve? Like, what do they do for you guys?
So we make video for them, and then we've got radio exclusivity with them. So we're all Kiss Space and stuff like that. And then we kind of just have a thing between content. We help each other with content, and it's a pretty good gig. But that's probably the best thing that's come out of it for me.
So you guys obviously got your own like little niche in terms of what type of videos you make, but when it comes to making a video that goes viral and stuff, and it's that common these days that people are trying to become big on YouTube or Instagram and Snapchat and stuff like that. What are kind of the key ingredients you reckon to make a video or a piece of content that can go viral?
Well, you just got to work out what your market's sort of like. So I ended up working out that in our videos, like the ones that responded well were the ones where we didn't do something to him as such.
Yeah.
And then, so when we did that, I was like, all right, what I'm going to do is work out, like, you know, what's going well, what's going right, and, you know, see if I can draw some comparisons.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I worked out that it's the ones where we're not actually hurting him or doing things to him as such. It's his reaction.
It's just him reacting.
So if we now know that if we can get him to react, and it's not necessarily our fault, that's when it's always going to go best.
Yeah.
But in terms of like other people's paths and like trying to make it and something, you always just got to have super raw, organic, and different content. Like, I reckon a lot of people these days try to do the same shit.
Same stuff, yeah.
So like it's like totally it works if you want, but if you really want to like go for your own thing, you just got to be a bit different.
And obviously it depends on what you guys actually come up with in terms of how many videos and how much content you're putting out. But do you find that like what do you, in terms of the content you put out, do you go for more quality over quantity or quantity over quality or both? Like, what do you think is important?
Well, when we started off, I would say that it definitely would have been quantity.
Yeah,
I was just pumping out, but that was when we were able to do that because he just did not expect it as much. Like now we have to really like think it out and plan it properly.
Yeah.
Because he looks for the camera sort of thing. Whereas at the start, like I could G him up once a day if I wanted to, and I was just pumping out everything like that. But nowadays, I don't know, it'd be like nearly once a month we'd only post and we might fuck up twice for the month. You know, like people think like, you know, you go quiet on content, but we're doing prank videos, so like real, you know, like for every one that works, there's probably 3 that don't
work. And you obviously spend a lot of time now around other influencers and people that have a pretty big following and stuff, whether it be social media or even just high profile people. What in terms of other people's content, so say for example someone like myself putting out content on health and fitness and stuff, what do you think there in terms of quality over quantity? Or do you think for someone like me it's important to just put out a lot of content so I'm in front of people's eyes often?
Well, I think with what you've done yourself anyways, you've nailed the market in terms of like always posting. And you're always just fucking like people's results and stuff when they're with you. Like you watch people start with you, and then you watch them, like no one ever drops off. You get someone, they're always there. Then like their progress says it themselves, and like the way you stick to what you do, man. Like people you can't argue with the results. You know, you'll go through. When I first started training with you, you were just like in your bulk stage sort of thing, and like, you know, there wasn't much of it. And then I come back in like, you know, after 8 weeks, and it's like you're a different person. So the fact that the way that you stick to what you do and you practice what you preach, I reckon that's what goes a long way for you.
Unreal. Where do you see the whole social influencer game going these days? Like I know with Facebook's massive for you guys because you have the ability for people to share your videos and stuff like that. Instagram for you is obviously a big one. Big Dog just got verified as well for those watching and listening. But yeah, where do you see it all going? Like, do you think YouTube can still grow? Because even now at the moment, dude, like YouTube videos and stuff, they're making it so hard. Like in terms of people to get monetized on YouTube.
Well, I don't get monetized on YouTube. Our content's not brand friendly enough. I was working it out because like our views are okay on YouTube, and I was getting like my girlfriend's friend. She is on YouTube massively, and she makes a fortune. Like, I'm not going to say anything, but like ridiculous. And like I was looking, like I've had like quite similar views and things. She is a lot more constant and probably has a lot more, but like I was getting nothing compared to that. So I had a look and I looked at none of my stuff was monetized. Because it's all like swearing and shit like that. But in terms of online, mate, online's the way. Like I don't reckon TV and shit will exist in a few years. Like it's gonna just keep growing. So you've always got to work out. There's always ways around it. I mean, that's why I try keeping the loop with other people. Help other people. Like when we first started growing, Fortify, who's massive, he's got a page. It's got like, I think he's probably up to like 15 million at the moment. But he was really, really, really instrumental in helping us grow. and ways to get around it and work out our metrics. And like he always taught us not to sponsor stuff, not to boost stuff, grow organically, and I think that helped us a lot.
Yeah, right. So everything you've done, you haven't boosted
any of that stuff? I've never put $1 on sponsoring a post on Facebook. Not $1.
Yeah, right. That's interesting. Yeah. And you'll continue to stay that way?
Yep. Well, I reckon the way their algorithms are set up, once you pay once, they make you keep paying, and that's another. Yeah. But if you can show them that your content's organic and it grows and reaches on its own, I think that's where it rewards itself.
Yeah, and this is going to be different from person to person or business to business, but I know a lot of people that I've been talking to lately in terms of trying to grow their Instagram, whether it's for business or not, are very undecided on whether or not it's more beneficial to have their Instagram page set up as a business page or just a personal profile.
Yeah.
Have you noticed any difference in that? Have you trialed with it to see whether your page...
Well, mine's set up as a business page, but I don't know. I think I definitely notice spikes with Instagram. Like sometimes I sat at the same thing for a while, but I don't know. I reckon they literally change. I reckon they change their algorithms almost daily, and some things I reckon help people, sometimes it doesn't. So you just got to run with it and see what works for you, and just keep trying new things. I mean, like,
well, that's it. It's always going to change.
Yeah, it's always,
the algorithm's always changing.
Yeah,
100%. So where do you kind of see this all going within the next few years? Have you got, we're going to touch on an app that you've got launching soon, but with the Angry Dad stuff, is there stuff coming up, or do you think that'll continue? Like, you guys will be able to continue to kind of grow that, or reach a point where, you're not pranking the old man anymore, and there's only a kind of a limit to how far you can push it?
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, I don't. Never did it for a career anyway.
Yeah.
Like it was all good fun. So it was able to allow me to branch off and do this sort of stuff. But for me, I'm going to continue to do it for the fun of I like doing it as well, and there's always going to be benefits of it. But like I've started doing a lot of stuff outside of it in terms of like at the moment I've got I co-own an app that's already out. It's actually the new version's launching today. It's called Rack International.
Yeah.
It's a fashion-based app.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people I wouldn't even know I'm involved in that. But like, that's something else I'm in. And then there's one that I'm personally building myself with my dad, my business partner, and my brother.
Yeah, we'll have a chat about that now. So give us a few details on one, what it is, two, when it's going to come out, and who kind of suits it best, or who's the app suited to. Okay, so this app, it's called Banta. So what it is, it's a group messaging app. Yeah. So that's what, like, so for instance, how many like WhatsApp groups, inboxes, iMessages, you're all in group messaging. So this app's group message only, so it's going to have a minimum of 3 people. And what it is it's pretty much a reward system, and it's a game. It's pretty much like a game within your group of friends, and it also keeps your group of friends accountable within it. So for instance, if I'm in a group chat with you, and then like we're talking, we might go, and so we had Will in, and then maybe my brother. Yeah. We're in this, and then, we might say, all right, this is our fitness group. Okay, yeah. We might go, inside the group, you can create events, create polls. There's another thing I'll touch on called the Randomizer. Yeah. But I'll try to relate it to this. So say we want to create an event, we might go, MSAC, 12 o'clock, session. Yeah. Click attending, not going. It then keeps track of everything that you do. So for instance, we might go at the end of the week. Yeah. Will's attended 6 out of the 7 sessions. I've attended 3 out of the 7. Yeah. Based on his attendance and input in the group, he would then become admin for the next week. Okay, yeah. So in that group, so it's a competing admin, and you're rewarded based on how well you're doing. So that's one of the components. In another one, say poll, you might go like, where are we training? MSAC, progression. Your house. You can vote inside the group as well. Another thing is like Randomizer. Say we go out for breakfast after training. Yeah. Who's paying for brekkie? Tick who's there in your group. Start randomising. Poker lands on whoever's paying for your breakfast. Right. So it's more just about like keeping like your friends accountable, but also having fun in your group chat. Yeah. And what did you say the name of the app was? Banta. So, and when's that going to be available? Or is there a date yet? Yeah. Well, we're looking at. It's going really well at the moment. We're looking at the build is pretty much finishing in around. Hopefully by the end of December, start of January. Okay. So it's going really well. Is that a paid app or a free app? It's a free app. Yeah, awesome. Free app. Unreal. That's exciting, mate. So you've got that. You've got the rack. Just quickly touch on rack again, because I know, like, my brother, he's right into it.
Yeah, your brother loves it.
I know plenty of people that are into it, but like you said, a lot of people have no idea what it is. So quickly touch on that.
Yeah,
as well.
so I'm kind of being a bit more silent because we've got version 2, which is coming out. It's actually got submitted to the App Store last night.
Right.
For
So
version 2. So the next version is really picked up a lot in terms of where it's heading.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much it is. It's like you've got your fashion, like Instagram and stuff like that, and it's like it's almost based on like peacocking online. Like, you know, you've got when you buy stuff and you want stuff, you know, you kind of want to post it, but you don't want to flood your Instagram just with all the new shoes and new clothes. So a lot of people, what they're doing is they'll Insta story it, my story it, all that sort of stuff. So pretty much you've got like your rack, which is your wardrobe. Yeah. So when you buy new stuff, you can peacock online, you can add it to your rack, but then you've got your want list, so you can want stuff. So like you might upload a photo of your fucking new EQT shoes and I might go, I want them. Yeah, okay. So that'll add to my want in your rack. Yeah. So you can keep track of people's fashion and what they like and what they've got. And then it also gives you other people's like ideas of, you know,
more inspiration.
Stuff
to buy yourself, Awesome. All right, before we wrap things up, let's have a quick chat about stuff that you're into outside of all this kind of Angry Dad type stuff. Like, for those that have no idea who you are, like, what do you kind of get up to outside of all this?
Yeah, so, well, I do party a bit. Like to go out every now and then. I'm a bit of a partier, but I've been loving, obviously training at the moment. So I've been training hard with you, which has been good. I started boxing, which I've been loving too. Yeah. But yeah, in terms of hobbies and stuff like that, like, love hanging out with my mates. I'm one of those people that really never
enjoy someone's company.
Yeah, I'm always with someone and, you know, love company and just doing shit, getting shit done. But yeah, play basketball on Wednesday nights, stuff like that. But yeah, pretty simple person. If I'm not training or, you know, with my mates, I'm probably just watching Netflix or working on shit like this.
Yeah, unreal, mate. Well, it sounds like there's plenty of exciting stuff coming up in the near future. And for those of you that are watching or listening, one, go and check out Rack if that's the type of stuff that you're into, if you're into your fashion and stuff like that. But two, definitely keep an eye out for Banta, which is coming up in the next couple of months, which sounds like it's going to be pretty exciting. So thanks for coming on the show, Legend. And we'll try and get you on sometime next year, and you can let us know how Banta's going.
Go for an app day. Yeah, hopefully we've fucking got the show on the Cayman Islands.
100%. I'll come and train you there.
Yeah, fucking oath.
Alright guys, thanks so much for tuning in. If this is your first time listening to the podcast or watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up on YouTube, and look forward to chatting to you in next week's episode.